am I going to get on this? So the key is out. Of the question, I'm finding it very hard to find the lever with these boots. Yeah, it's very awkward hooking my foot under the gear shifter. It's set quite low. Just looking to see where the screen raises. I can see this. Oh, there. Oh, that's nice. That makes a lot of difference. I don't like this gear shift. I find it really difficult to find it. I'm having to really deliberately get my foot under the shifter. In road at the moment, I'd probably prefer that to be in dynamic. Just stiffen it up a little bit. It feels very floaty in road. Plenty of information on the dash, it's very clear. Quickly glance down and see what speed I'm doing, and that's excellent for that. Big, large numbers, easy to see. Apart from how much fuel we got, maybe, which I'm trying to look now. Road is terrible, it's very bouncy. Nice turn of speed, effortless. That is impressive. What you have to do is you have to select the mode, shut the throttle, and then pull the clutch in, and that engages your riding mode. Loomies. The quick shifters, or the gear assist I call it on the BMW, is nice. That seems to be working perfectly. It does feel a wide old bike though. Mirrors are nice. You'd think that they would be weird down there, but I've got used to them already. Sat down there and you've got good vision behind you, and they're as clear as day, which is something you don't get on the Super Sport. I would get a lower seat. I've got it on the low setting, but I'm still on tippy toe, even with the 2-inch instep in my boot. So it would definitely need a lower seat. Yeah, I'm not really doing very well with the gear shift. I'm finding it really difficult to change smoothly, but I think that's more me. It's obviously a lot lower on the BM than it is the Duke to get your boot under, and it probably doesn't help that I've got these 2-inch insoles, so the boot sole is a lot thicker anyway, so that's probably compounding the problem. I need to pay a little bit more attention to the suspension now that I've adjusted it onto dynamic, but I do think it has improved it actually. The suspension's a lot softer than my Duke, so that's soaking up a lot of the road, and you don't feel so connected with the road. I'm not getting that feedback from the tyres. But I think that is one of the things that you can say about these big BMWs. I think they're all the same in that regards. It's got good balance. Does feel nice and balanced. Here we go. Got to try and find a gear again now. See, I'm struggling with the gears. I just can't get my boot under the lever. I wonder if that can be raised. It has got the Gear Shifter Pro, which means you don't have to pull the clutch in to change down or up, come to that matter. So we'll go down the Morster Road. Like I said, this is normally a good gauge for me. Let's get a third gear in and hopefully we can ride the entire first section of the road in third. We'll have to change gear. We'll see. Got a car stopped right on the bend. So we won't be able to ride entirely. Oh, we've got a dog loose. Did he jump out the window? Is his driving that bad that the dog's fucking jumped out the window? Thinks his driving's bad, he ought to be on the fucking bike. With these terrible gear changes. It's got good torque. I was too busy talking and came down there in fourth. It done well. Like I said, got so much information on here that can I see the bloody fuel gauge? No, it's saying that it does 53 miles to the gallon, which is bloody good. Dynamic is really stiffened it up. Looks like it's clearing up here. It's going towards Winchester. But the screen is impressive. The only thing that puts me off this is me struggling with the gear shift. But I think that's my boots. I would say, guys, this is smooth. The trouble is, I'm not confident of selecting the right gear for overtakes. I've just seen the fuel gauge, it's right on the top above dynamic. Got 3 bars up, whatever that means. Oh, and I have read that finding that bloody centre stand is really awkward. In my short legs, that could be a problem because it folds up under the cylinder head, apparently, so it can be a nightmare operate, is what I've read. We'll test that theory before I get back to the dealers and then I'm struggling like a twat outside the dealers. So we'll find a lay-by and put that to the test. It is a well balanced bike. You don't feel any of that weight. I mean, luckily it's got so much torque that I can run it right down in low revs into second. It is supremely balanced, smooth as you like. It's that well balanced. I haven't really stopped dead. The bike behaves so well at low revs. Right, I think I'm getting the hang of the gear shift at the moment. It's still alien to me. I'm basically pushing my boot against the side of the shifter and the changes are so smooth that I'm able to just push it up the side of my boot, it seems, rather than get my toe under. See how I'm in second and this is behaving superbly well. Right, I'm going to pull in here and try this bloody centre stand. Oh yeah, I'll tell you what I didn't do, guys, was I didn't lower the suspension. And that was a big reach to the floor. Put it in eco. Eco doesn't seem to have lowered it. Eco. Oh. Mode. rain. Road. Let's see if that. Oh guys, there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. When you dismount and you want to put the screen down, I just caught me visor on the screen. But yeah, that was easy. What's happening with this gear shift? It doesn't look like you can lower it, but maybe you can lower the pegs a tad to help. But I think I'm catching it here on the side of my boot at the moment, so I'm going to come down the road now and try and see if that's will help. Now, getting on these things with a top box, I've never had a top box before. Oh yeah, I can get my leg over without worrying about the top box. I just need to remind myself before I stop, take it out of dynamic and make sure you get that side stand up, which only went up halfway then. So yeah, I definitely need the lower seat option. Right, I've got the screen down. I'm finding the gears now just by resting the boot alongside the edge of the shifter. Perfect. Right, I've got it. I found the sweet spot. I'm in bloody road mode, and you can feel the bounciness going in that corner at 80 miles an hour. I don't recommend it, guys. Right, I'm in dynamic. Let's pull the screen up a little tad. Still getting quite a bit of wind noise on the helmet, but it's not, oh my god, this thing is so smooth. 90 miles and no, I wasn't. Honestly, Governor, I wasn't. You don't know how quick you're going on this thing. We'll cut that out. This is truly a gentleman's tourer. Refined. Smooth. I think I could live with one. Downshift is beautiful. With this Pro box, we'll go back the way we came and we'll try and get a smooth run around the Malstead, because we're getting the hang of it now. Yeah, I could chuck this around, I think, once I got used to it, and I owned it. Yeah, I've got it now. I found a system for the gears which was really spoiling my ride, and I wasn't able to concentrate on the bike. Everything was going on the gear shift, and dynamic is transformed the ride, which it used to on my K. This BMW system works. Do not think it's a gimmick. It works, and you can tell the difference between modes. this is like it's on rails now. I can now understand when you used to follow these guys on these boxer engine bikes and they chuck them around. Oh, that one wants so clever. I still haven't quite got the gear shift sus, but I'm a lot better than I was. I don't see anyone actually riding this bike other than dynamic, unless you're on a motorway or something, I guess, and you just want to cruise in comfort maybe. But for me, I suppose I'm not ready for that, and I don't have to be, because the bike lets me select a suspension that suits me, as it will you. Just horning down, yeah, she stops. Just hauled that down effortlessly approaching that roundabout. So we'll go up the Morsted Road and hope we get a better run. I think this is a type of bike where you've got to line her up and be deliberate with your lines, and you'll have no problems. You know, you've got to plan your corners, I would think. Not so forgiving as a sports bike where you can make those small adjustments. I'm thinking this is probably more get everything sorted before you enter the bend, which you should do anyway, but we all make mistakes, and you'll have no issues. It's turning out to be a lovely day. See, I'm getting it now, guys. I'm finding those gears more than I'm not. I'm such an amateur. Gearbox is impeccable. Dynamic is the way to go. And before you stop, stick it in road for short asses, because I think it just lowers the suspension a little bit. When I stopped, it was a real long reach down. I'm thinking, oh, where's the ground? Whew, I'm getting warm behind this screen. I believe this is going to be the bike that I get.